Hey everybody, it's your girl Doris K and I'm back with another video. Let me go ahead and jump straight into the video today. So you guys, if you see me again looking down, it's because I got my little notebook with my little notes in it. Y'all know I have to keep myself on track so that I don't talk all over the place, okay? So today I wanted to talk about some of the things that I wish I would have learned earlier on in my youth. Again, you guys, I am still young. I'm 27 years old, but some of these things would have been so much helpful when I was first starting out in college. Alright, so let me go ahead and get right in. This is not in any specific order. These are just some points that I wanted to touch on for today. And there were many more that I could have added to this list, but I didn't because I didn't want to drag this video out and put anybody to sleep. Okay? Alrighty, so comment down below things that you wish that you would have learned earlier in life. That once you did learn those things, you're like, okay, I'm never gonna forget this, lesson learned for me. Alrighty, let's get started. Okay, so my first one is to slow down and to allow yourself to be young. You don't have to have everything all together or figured out. Y'all, if somebody would have really spoke to me and put me to the side and told me this, it would have really changed a lot of the things that I thought I had to have completed by the time I hit 25 or even 22 for that matter. For me, kind of growing up, I don't want to get too deep in my background, but I felt like I had to grow up faster and learn things faster than others because there were some limitations that my mother faced. So in order for me to be able to help her and help myself, I had to grow up fast and learn things fast and learn things about life faster than most kids my age. And so it made me kind of appear as if I was like this young adult even when I was in high school. And so when I went off to college, I hit the ground running, like trying to accomplish everything all at once. I was in the military, got in the military when I was in high school. I was 17 when I joined the military. I was in the 11th grade. Joined the military, missed 2 of my summers due to military training, and I hit the ground running. I was chasing something, but I really had no understanding at what I was chasing, you guys. I just knew that I did not want to end up living how I had lived when I was younger. And so, living in poverty. And so I just was chasing money, I guess. I just did not want to be how I had been my entire life. And so by trying to chase these things in life, trying to chase money, jobs, and all this stuff, I feel like I really missed out on my youth. I missed out on allowing myself to make those mistakes that I should have made when I was a little bit younger. And I used to look down on other people sometimes and judge other people for being young, you see. And I thought that I was in the right. I was like, look at them acting like that, acting like kids. But the whole time, you guys, we were young adults, okay? And so for me, y'all, I'm sorry about that. My timer was going off on my oven because I'm cooking some pizza. So I had to get up and stop that because I didn't want that beeping noise to keep going off in the background of this video. So yeah, you guys, so back to where I left off at. I found myself judging other young people for actually allowing themselves to be young. And at the time, I didn't think anything was wrong with it because I thought I was better than them. Because I'm like, look at me, I'm doing all this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. But in actuality, you guys, when I look back up on it, it was because I was mad, and a part of me was like mourning because I couldn't do what other young kids my age could do, what other young adults my age were doing. They were out having fun, hanging with friends, partying, doing things, going on trips. And for me, I knew I couldn't financially afford that. I was in college, having to pay for stuff out of pocket, books and things out of pocket. And then, I was having issues with my car, and so I had to constantly pay money to fix on my car, and I didn't have any financial help from anybody in my family. So every time something messed up or went south, it all fell back on me, meaning I had to figure out a way to pay for it or to get things fixed. And so, I had to, as I got older, I learned that part of me that used to look down on other people and judge them for the things that they were very right in their way to be able to be doing, because that was, we were young, 18, 19, and 20, 21. They were doing what young adults do. But for me, I was judging them because not knowing that But now I know this now. I was judging it because it was something I really wanted to do. I wanted to be able to do that, live that lifestyle and do certain things, but I couldn't financially afford to do it, you know? And so I just wish that somebody would have told me, just slow down. You ain't got to try to get to the next point so soon. You got a whole lifetime to go. Take your time, relax, enjoy the moment. And I know sometimes people say, don't live in the moment, but sometimes you got to actually tell yourself, live in the moment. And that doesn't mean do dumb or reckless things, but that just means to me, enjoy yourself, enjoy your time with your friends and family members. You know, actually try to be there to create that bond and relationship, and just actually do those things that you won't be able to do probably 10 or 15 years later, because then you try to do the same stuff, then people gonna say, now she too old to be doing all that. She or he know they too old for that stuff. That's some young folks stuff. You a whole 35 years old, you still doing that stuff that 20 and 25-year-olds be doing. So if there is anything I can tell somebody who's younger than me, just now getting out of high school, or maybe you in college, or maybe you just left college because you just graduated, I would say, please take things slow and just allow yourself to have fun and realize you ain't going to have your whole life together. You ain't going to have everything together, and that's okay. Okay? All right. Okay, you guys. So the next one I have is learning that situations and problems that arise in your life, they are not permanent. Okay? I know when we're young, we kind of see minor things as this is how it's gonna be forever, and it's not. Just realizing that, yeah, you might have a few bad days. So, you know, you might have a few hiccups here and there, have some trying times, have some stuff that just pop up out of nowhere that kind of rocks and shakes your whole world. But that does not mean that that's what your whole world gonna continue to look like forever. And I think when we're younger, when we have bad days, those bad days and bad times really sink us all the way down, and we become hopeless. And then we start making decisions off of that one bad thing without really waiting to see things change. So just again, remember, you guys, that situations and things are not permanent. Problems are not permanent, just like the good times ain't permanent, because I don't think people talk about that enough. So somebody may be up high on today, may have a great year this year, but you don't remain, like, good things don't last forever, just like bad things don't last forever. That's why there's seasons for things. There's a cycle, because we have our good and we have our bad. Then we have our good and then we have our bad. That goes along with your health, with your finances, with your family relationships. There's the good and the bad. You got, in order to be able to experience the good, you also have to experience the bad. Just like in order to be able to experience the bad, you're going to experience the good as well. But just realizing it and taking note of that, and just not getting stuck or making irrational decisions off of something that is temporary, you guys. Okay? This next one is being thankful for what you have, who you are, and where you're at. I wanted to make sure I said all of those things, because a lot of times when you're young, like I said, we get so caught up on trying to get to the next best thing that we miss out on actually enjoying who we are in the moment. You know, flaws and all. Just being thankful for what you have, being thankful that let's say your car wasn't the best car when you was younger. I know for me, I had a lot of struggle vehicles. Lord, people knew who rode with me. When I was in college, I think I had about 3 or 4 different vehicles, y'all. It was like a cycle of something would happen to my car. But, oh my gosh, I had a car where it didn't have no heat and no air in it at all. And everybody that rode with me knew. You better bring you some fans, something to fan yourself with. And if it's the winter time, you better put your blanket on. You better bring your blanket, bring your extra pair of socks, because we finna freeze up in this kind of winter, just like we finna burn up in the summertime. But by me having those cars, those struggle vehicles, what I would say, it made me become grateful when God did bless me with something better. It made me really appreciate having it. And I want to say that to you guys, just appreciate where you are at this time, because there's a lesson to be learned where you are, what you have, what you're surrounded with. There's a lesson in almost everything we experience. And so if you're so focused on getting up out of that situation or getting something better, you miss out on just enjoying what you have, where you are, who you are in that season. You missed out on it. The next one I'm going to talk about is recognizing that your feelings is not facts. Okay? I wish they taught us this in school, because a lot of us are moved by our feelings and we do things off of how we feel about it. It'll get you messed up every single time. Listen to me, because our feelings is what? Think about your heart. When people be like, follow your heart, follow your heart. What's your heart telling you to do? Don't follow your heart. Don't follow your feelings either. All right? Because your feelings are, sometimes they can be irrational and illogical. Don't follow your heart and do not trust your feelings, because your feelings, they shift. They shift so much you can't trust them. 1 minute you're feeling good, 1 minute you're not. You cannot trust your feelings, just like your heart. When people say follow your heart, I don't know how many times I've ended up in messed up situations because I either went off how it felt, or I went off of, what my heart was telling me. What is my heart telling me to do? My heart is telling me to go ahead and donate that $200 so that they can pay that bill, and they gonna pay me back. You never receive a dime back. No, don't follow your heart. Follow logic. Think through it logically. Talk with somebody. Talk with somebody you trust. Maybe a spiritual advisor, your pastor, somebody that you really trust, somebody who can really pour into you and help you. And if you're big on reading your Bible, read your Bible and pray about it. Follow, like what I always say, follow the promptings of God. Don't follow your heart. Don't trust your feelings. Follow the promptings of God. And I know that's hard, especially when you're young. And I'm going to make a video about that too, because I had so many misconceptions about church and about Christianity and about faith that was not explained to me when I was younger, and I had no understanding of it, but that's going to be in another video. Alright? Okay, you guys, my last and final one is learn what it means to be a good friend. Alright? We're not taught how to be a good friend in school, and I know that it sucks. Because in life, you're going to run into all types of people, good and bad. And I think when we are young, so when you're young, that's when you really get your feet in the water and you get to experience so many different types of people, whether they're people that you work with, people that you go to school with, people that you go to church with, people that you meet in the community. We meet so many different people with so many different personalities. And I think that one of the things that will benefit us is if you learn the characteristics of a good friend. Learning what characteristics you value in a friendship, and learning the characteristics that you don't really care for in a friendship, so that you can know to stay away from this type of person. Because when you're young, you want to fit in, you want to be in with the crowd sometimes, you want to do stuff that everybody else is doing, and sometimes you subject yourself to situations and people that you really don't like, and that you don't really fit in with, just so that you can have, someone to call your friend. And if I can tell you, I'm pretty sure there are so many people who have regretted spending years with someone that's their best friend or so-called best friend, who betrayed them, or who manipulated them, or who used them, exploited them for financial means or for popularity or different things of that sort. And so, if there's anything I can say, it will be learn what a good friend is, and learn how to be a good friend, and learn those characteristics that you value and those things that you really don't care for, so you can be confident within yourself to know, okay, I don't really mesh well with her, she's cool, I keep my distance. And you will have a reason for it within your own self. You don't have to explain it to nobody else why you choose not to be friends with somebody, or why you choose not to take this person into your inner secret circle. That can just be between you and yourself. But as long as you know, because I feel like we all need to have some sort of guidelines of things that we value in friendships, and we can tell when those values aren't there and when they are, because then it can protect us from getting in bad friendships, and also it can protect us from doing things we shouldn't do, because some people have wasted years in friendships to only find out that the person was never really their friend, or to find out, this person stabbed them in the back, or just done different things to them, which is hurtful and it's hard to come back from. And friendships, I don't know why people don't say this, but friendships, the breakups from a friend hurt almost worse than I would say worse than a breakup from a actual partner, such as a boyfriend or girlfriend. Because think about it, your friend, you tell them those secret, most inner parts of you. They know you inside and out. Y'all talk almost daily sometimes, especially when you're young. You talk to your friends and hang out with your friends almost every day or numerous times throughout the week. And then if you're on college campus, these is like your go-to people. These is like your protectors. Y'all are like squatting up. Y'all going to the parties together, looking out for each other. And so these, friendships are those, it's like sacred. People don't really talk about that, and they act like you just move on when you lose a friend like it's nothing. Drop that friend out. No, like, it's okay to grieve losing a friend. But I also want you to realize that those friendships that end suddenly and abruptly, they leave a dent in your heart, just like a broken relationship with an intimate relationship with your partner, boyfriend or girlfriend. So don't downplay friendships, because them suckers hurt when they come to an end. And there are some friendships that will come to an end. Some of those friendships you got, they're not a lifetime friend. It's not a lifetime friendship. It's only for a particular season, for a particular reason. But that's okay. But as long as you realize what characteristics did you value in that friendship, what made you gravitate towards this person, what made you guys become close and form that friendship bond in the first place. Just remember that, because that'll help you to kind of predicate and know for your future friendships what you value and what you're looking for. So you guys, I hope this video helped you a lot. I hope I did not go on and on. And again, there was so many other things I wanted to add to this video, but I couldn't. So let's hope in our next video we're going to talk a little bit more in detail about some of those things. Again, if you have any video suggestions or any just suggestions in general about this video, comment them down below. I appreciate you watching. Have a good remainder of the week. Bye bye, y'all.